It's that time of the year once again where we all gather around to check out the Game Awards and figure out not only what games are going to win whatever category they might be in, but as well get hype for all the new content coming, all the new games coming, and maybe, hopefully, some information about PSO2 New Genesis. But before we get into any of that, I haven't had a chance to actually look over the nominees, and I'm hoping PSO is nominated for something, hopefully. And I'm going to go ahead and go over all the categories and give you guys my opinion of what I think going to win, what I'm hoping to win, and everything in between. Before we hop into that, if you are new to the channel, make sure you like, favorite, subscribe, hit all the bells, and also hang around because I do stream a PSO2 here on YouTube every Saturday and Sunday starting at 3 p.m. Central, and I will be streaming the Video Game Awards over on twitch.tv/TroyMaconn, same as it is here on YouTube tonight. So with that, let's go ahead, let's hop into it, let's figure out what games I think gonna actually win, which is called a best debut game. And of course, we have our hands on Carrion, Mortal Shell Lodgen, I get that how to pronounce, Woka, once again, not for sure, and Phasmophobia, once again, don't know if I'm saying that correctly. But yeah, of all the games, since we are going to be dealing with some, I believe it 80% normal vote, 20% fan voted, I feel like Phasma whatever gonna probably maybe win, but I'm personally hoping for Mortal Shell. But at the same time, I kind of feel like Mortal Shell might be overlooked a little bit, especially in the Souls genre, since we did just get that remake of Demon Souls. Well, on the other hand, with the Phasma game, like that game is still fairly popular on YouTube and Twitch, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that gonna win. I wish Mortal Shell would, but let's be honest, it probably not going to be. And then moving into Content Creator of the Year, and yeah, pretty much of these. The only one I know offhand is Alana, but at the same time, my knowledge of all mainly from IGN, and I'm not for sure how much content she have actually made, because I know she was originally with Funhouse, and now she with Sony, as far as being on the developer side. I think she ended up, being a writer, I believe. As far as, like, main content, I'm not for sure on that one. At the same time, like, as far as like the other creator, like Tim and Tapman, I know in like passing barely. I haven't seen any of his content though, but I know that he did have a fat with Fall Guys that blew up. So in return, I have a feeling he is probably gonna be the one to get it. I know Valley, however you want to say her name. Once again, I had another one of them things where I just heard her name gather about, and it seemed like fatty glowing or something. Overall, like it probably gonna be Tim the Tapman will be my guess here, just because of how much he blew up with the Fall Guy stuff and then whatnot. But we will see. So. Best multiplayer game. What do we actually have here? Animal Crossing New Horizon, Among Us, Call of Duty, Warzone, Fall Guy Ultimate Knockout, and Valorant. Which I am still a little surprised about Among Us. That game came out, like 2 years ago, and it just blew up. But, I guess if a game just blows up, I guess it technically counts, I guess. So much for being like game of the year type of stuff, but whatever. I feel like overall though, they were probably gonna go to Animal Crossing. Like any of Animal Crossing had a lot of hiccups as far as like how you do multiplayer. I do feel like Animal Crossing was a phenomenon this year, for all the bad reasons, I get technically, but nonetheless, it was a phenomenon nonetheless, and I could see Animal Crossing winning, so I'm gonna put my vote on Animal Crossing winning best multiplayer game. Best board slap racing game. This is semi-interesting, I guess, because NBA and FIFA is whatever. Like, I feel like, obviously, the obvious winner here should be Tony Hawk, just because of how great of a remake that was, and just everything about it. was great, and Emily Torn hopefully will be the one that wins. So I'm gonna put my vote on Tony Hawk 1.2. And now moving into bet sims and strategy. Crusader King, let's see, Guild Tactic, Microsoft Flight Simulator, XCOM, Chroma Squad. To be honest here, Chroma Squad I actually really did like, but at the same time, it's like I don't feel like, you know, outside of the new mechanic that were added, didn't really like, you know, hit the same level of like Enemy Unknown. And then Guild Tactic was good, but the problem with Guild Tactic was a lot of the game was extremely unbalanced when I played it anyway, and super repetitive as well. So this is like one of them games in that camp of like, you so close to being good, if only you would have gutted half of the game, you would have been great type of situation. Microsoft Flight Simulator I feel like should be the one to get it, just because of like how that game operate and how that is probably easily the most like net gen game of all of these. So I feel like Flight Simulator should get it, but let's be totally honest, the one that I'm expecting to win is gonna be Crusader King 3, since that did blow up a lot, at least over on Twitch and YouTube side. So I'm right now kind of like Flight Simulator is the one I want to win in my heart, but realistically is gonna be Crusader King 3. And then bet family game, we got ourselves called Animal Crossing, Banjo-Kazooie, Jesus, I mean crap, Bandicoot, and we also have Fall Guy, Mario Kart Live, and Minecraft Dungeon and Paper Mario. This will probably be, they're gonna go one or two ways, I feel. Ideally, it's probably gonna go Fall Guys, but at the same time, they still could go Animal Crossing, especially in the family category, and once again going back into the multiplayer and whatnot. Once again, my heart is saying Fall Guy, realistically it's gonna be Animal Crossing again. And from their bet fighting game here, and I kind of feel like some of these a little odd here. So we got ourselves Grand Blue Fantasy, Mortal Kombat 11, Street Fighter 4 Champion Edition, One Punch Man, which in return kind of question why this here. I guess that just show how dry of a year it was for fighting games, I guess. We got Under Night in Bullets EX also, and I feel like probably I can see maybe Mortal Kombat doing it, because we did get extra story content. We got a whole bunch of new DLC characters. We did just get that reprint for PS5 and Series X as well. And yeah, the only thing is about Street Fighter is I remember hearing some stuff about some of the multiplayer stuff being fit to some third-party stuff, which in return made the game playable, and then not counting the fan, I get hype about some of the new characters they have announced it, but the problem is them characters not here yet. Like, I could kind of see maybe Street Fighter pulling this out, but realistically, I'm expecting it to probably go to Mortal Kombat 11. And then we got bet role-playing games. So we got ourselves Final Fantasy 7 Remake, Genshin Impact, a Persona Warrior, a Wasteland 3, and Yakuza Like a Dragon here. So this is going to be one of them that I feel like the obvious answer is going to be Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 7 going to win this. On the other hand, like, I feel like between Yakuza and the bit I have played Genshin, probably the most interesting, not counting Persona here. But at the same time, it's like any of this list is actually really good for the most part. I still feel like Final Fantasy gonna outbeat it just because it is Final Fantasy 7, and how long everybody been waiting for Final Fantasy 11 will probably push it over the edge. And then we got bet action adventure game. So we have also Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Ghost of Tsushima, Marvel Spider-Man, Morales. We got Ori and the Will of the Whips, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and Last of Us Part 2. I felt like being like bet action game, and if I haven't played, like the only game on the list I have played is Ghost, and in return I kind of feel like Ghost is probably going to win it, just because of, you know, the love that Ghosts have. And then on top of that, you know, everything else is a little funky because Star Wars are technically a leftover from last year. Last of Us, I know, is kind of up in the L for a lot of people. And then in return, Assassin's Creed, from my understanding about Assassin's Creed, the same as it had been in the past, a little too long in the tooth in a lot of ways. But it seemed like Ghosts was like the perfect length for everybody. I don't remember hearing any complaints at all about, you know, burnout on that. So I'm going to go ahead and put my vote into a Ghost. And then bet action games. So we got Doom Eternal, Hades, Half-Life Alyx, and Nero 2 of Street of Rage 4. So a that action game, I feel like this should be like one of them cases of, you know, Half-Life should get it, because everything I have heard about Half-Life is fantastic. Sadly, I don't have a VR headset for my PC, so I haven't had a chance to actually play it. I have tried to stay blind as much as possible, just because, you know, Half-Life mean a lot to me. So what I have heard about it is about how, like, it is like the pinnacle of VR right now, and in return a lot of the stuff is extremely great on the action side. Outside of that, like any like Half-Life out, no matter how good it's supposed to be, it, like we still have that gap in the way to stop most people from playing it, mainly being, you know, the VR-ness. Well, Hades on the other hand, pretty much everyone who have touched Hades have absolutely loved Hades. So I'm gonna go ahead and say Hades probably gonna win. I would say Doom, but the thing is about Doom, I feel like Doom had a lot of hiccup issues that kind of hold it back a bit, and I feel like Hades is way more like overall loved. So my guess is gonna go to Hades. And then we get ourselves into accessibilities here. So we do have Valhalla, Grounded, Hyperwood, I get that how it is, Last of Us Part 2, What Dog Legion. This is one of them things I'm not super familiar with, because only one of the games I have played was Grounded, and I didn't really met in the setting that much, and I haven't played it pretty much since release, so I don't know how far it have come, because I'm kind of waiting for it to get done. But with that being said, though, I have heard Assassin's Creed, like, accessibility options, it put to be insane, and in return, that will probably be the reason it going to win, and that's gonna be my get. And like I said, I don't know about the rest of these, so I'm gonna go Assassin's Creed on that one. And then we got bet VR or AR games. So we have ourselves Dream, Half-Life Alyx, Marvel, Iron Man, Star Wars Squadron, or The Walking Dead, Saint and Sinner. And I feel like this is going to be made up of probably maybe 3 of these, what caught my interest, which is mainly Dream, Half-Life, and Walking Dead. Because Walking Dead is another one of them games I have only heard great things about for VR. But with that being said, since this is a VR focused category, that means more people would have played this. So I think they can be, well, Half-Life gonna win. So my vote goes to Half-Life. That community supported game, which is already kind of, because once again, that was like the category I was hoping to see PSO in, because the community management and the community in general, who ones over PSO2 have been fantastic, especially here over the last couple months, but sadly no PSO. But we do have Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Fall Guy, Fortnite, No Man's Sky, and Valorant. And I feel like, honestly, this should be the category that Fall Guy gonna win, because the Fall Guy Twitter account and social media part of that part of the game was fantastic and still is fantastic. The only thing that might be an issue here is going to be No Man's Sky, since they, I believe, just done like a giant update like recently. So it's a good chance that will probably take the gold here. But with that being said, I'm hoping for Fall Guys and probably Fall Guys. So bet mobile game, we got ourselves Among Us, a Call of Duty Mobile, Genshin Impact, League of and a Pokemon Cafe, which I didn't know Pokemon Cafe was a thing. That one I feel like gonna be easy. They can be Genshin Impact, mainly because from everything I know, the mobile version is pretty much the same as the consoles and PC version, and in return, like, the game in general, from what I have played, is fantastic. So I'm gonna go ahead and say Genshin Impact gonna win, and also, especially how popular Genshin Impact is, I imagine the fan vote gonna lean heavily to Genshin. And then we have best indie game. We have Carrion, Fall Guys, Hades, Spelunky 2, or Spirit Fail. This is one of them cases which I really hope it goes to Spirit Fail, but realistically, I have a feeling this is probably going to go to Hades, because once again, Hades seemed to be the outlier here as far as one of the best games of the year. So my vote going to be Hades. And then we got best ongoing game, as I get tongue-tied, best ongoing game, there we go. And once again, PSO, I feel like just got gypped, because, yeah, we literally just got, like, so much content in the last, like, 9 months, but once again, sadly, it looked like PSO getting snubbed here. But we do have Apex, Destiny 2, Call of Duty Warzone, Fortnite, and No Man's Sky. See, this is going to be the issue here, because it's either going to be No Man's Sky or Destiny, especially since we did just get a new expansion. But at the same time, No Man's Sky has still been putting out great content, also free content, and been free for the last how many years. So I'm going to go ahead and say this is, well, No Man's Sky going to win. And then we got a game for Impact, and most of the I have not played yet, so they're going to be me guessing here. We got It Found, Tucky Root Zero, Billet Fell, Tell Me Why, and Through the Darkest of Times. So I want to play Tell Me Why. I haven't got to it yet. One day I will get to it. And Billet Fell, I feel like it's gonna be, once again, it would be the category for Billet Fell because everything I know about it. But with that being said, like, I don't know much about Through the Darknet or It Found. I have no idea what exactly they are. Tucky Root Zero, I know have, been in the war for a long time and finally finished up, I believe, this year. I feel like Billet Fell, from everything I have heard, seem to be hit people way a lot more than some of the other games. So I'm going to go Billet Fell on that one. And then we got Bet Performance. So we got also some voice acting here. So we got all voice actors here, and that I can't pronounce most of the names. I feel like probably of all these, I feel like you're gonna go to probably one of the last, either Ashley or Lauren Bailey. Yeah, that's gonna be my guess. Is once again you're gonna go to one of the Last of Us lady. That was gonna be my guess anyway. Like, in the back of my head, I could see Ghost getting it, but let's be honest, it will probably be one of the two from Last of Us. Once again, haven't actually played Last of Us 2 yet, so I can't vouch fully on that. And then we got Bet Audio Design with Doom Eternal, Half-Life Alyx, Ghost, Resident Evil 3, and Last of Us Part 2. And this is like one of them cases of, once again, don't know why Resident Evil 3 is here. Then again, I don't know why Resident Evil 3 is here at all in general, but whatever. But I feel like Ghost is probably going to get it, because I feel like the audio design in Ghost was so great, and then on top of that, having a lot of the cues for like certain events and quests come down to like audio with some visual stuff. I feel like Ghost is gonna actually take that one, like, without a shadow of a doubt. And then we move into Bet Gore and Music. And then we got also Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII, Hades, Ori and the Blind Forest, and Last of Us Part 2. I feel like, personally, this still should go to Final Fantasy VII, and not because I'm biased to Final Fantasy VII at all, but of the music I have heard from Final Fantasy VII, it's like probably easily some of the best parts of it, elite from what I have seen personally. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and say Final Fantasy VII going to win Bet Music. And then we get into a Bet Art Direction. Final Fantasy VII, a Ghost, Hades, Ori and the Will of the Whip, and Last of Us. I feel like this was going to be one of them fights that is going to be probably once again between Hades, but at the same time, I feel like Ori would be fantastic here, so I'm going to go ahead and put my vote on Ori. And then we got Bet Narrative. So we got 13 Sentinel, Final Fantasy VII, a Ghost, Hades, and Last of Us Part 2. This is the one that I feel the most interesting about, mainly because of 13 Sentinel. Because everything I have seen about that, and once again hearing people talk about it, like the story and how that story works is like the best part of the game. Well, don't get me wrong, like the rest of these, like Ghost is great, from my understanding, Hades is fine, Last of Us, and so on and so on. But I feel like narrative-wise, I feel like 13 Sentinel kind of like the outlier here as far as being like probably the better one of the bunch. So I'm going to go ahead and go with 13 Sentinel for Bet Narrative. And then we got Bet Game Direction here with Final Fantasy VII, Ghost, Hades, Half-Life, and Last of Us. This one I feel like going to be simple. It's probably going to go to Ghost just because of just how much gear went into waiting the area and the environment for Ghost, and keeping it consistent as far as knowing what to do at any given point is a very high skill, especially how minimalist that was. So I'm going to go ahead and say Ghost. And then a Game of the Year, our final one here with Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII, Ghost, Hades, Animal Crossing, and Last of Us Part 2. I feel like no matter how great Hades is, or how great Final Fantasy 7 is, because like The Last of Us, it seemed iffy. Doom is, once again, iffy as well. Final Fantasy 7 is, you know, I get there in some ways. I don't know the way to put it since I haven't fully played it, but I do know some of the stuff that happens though. I feel like of all of these, Hades probably going to be the most win tonight, but I think Game of the Year is going to go to Ghost. That is going to be my guess for the Game Awards. So once again, I'm sad no PSO. I feel like PSO kind of got gypped a little bit. No bet community, no bet ongoing. That is super disappointing. And I'm curious if maybe like Genshin Impact just overshadowed PSO2, or once again maybe PSO2 is just way like super niche to the point of not being picked up at all. But with that being said though, I do gotta say I am very happy about Elite 13 Sentinel being nominated for something as well. Overall tonight, I'm gonna go for Game of the Year, but I think Katie is gonna be the winner. Anyway, my PSO2 disappointment, it is what it is. So there you go. There you the Game of the Year nomination and who I think going to win. And with that, that would do it for me. And also, if you are watching this video when it go live, don't forget I will be streaming the Game Awards over on twitch.tv/Maconn, as well as here on YouTube. So make sure you join me and we can get hyped together from all the new game announcements, as well as all the wonderful awards. And finger crossed for PSO2 stuff. After seeing the nomination, I doubt it. But we can hope. We can hope, everybody. And with that, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, favorite, subscribe, hit some bells. I will go ahead and see you all in the comments.